Hello, Phil Swann here again with another quick episode of Together, looking at your well-being, good mental health and the Christian hope. Have you ever found yourself rushing around when actually you don't need to rush around? There is no meeting that you're supposed to be in. There's no train to catch. There's nothing to be done, and yet you find yourself rushing around, tense even. One of the things about the relationship between our minds and our bodies, or our emotions and thoughts and our bodies, is that if we're anxious on the inside, often that will be shown in the way in which we move. In other words, our bodies can sometimes give away clues about what's going on inside. If we're not careful, rushing around can actually make what's going on in the inside worse. So, for example, if we're anxious, we find ourselves rushing, and because we're rushing, we get more anxious. And because we're anxious, we rush. And because we're rushing, we get more anxious. It becomes a kind of perpetual circle, which is very difficult to break out of. And of course, the longer that circle goes on, the more tired we get. The good news is it is possible to break into that cycle. And when we break into that cycle, we can find that by doing something that helps us physically, that can have a knock-on effect back into helping us in terms of our thoughts and our emotions. Picture the scene. Maybe you're out for a walk, and you're just out for a walk. There's no time limit on it, and you know you need some exercise and you're doing the right thing, but you're conscious that you're rushing unnecessarily. If only there was a way of recognizing that and slowing yourself down. A helpful little thing you can do is to ask yourself a question, and it's simply this: where's the fire? Sure, if you're in a building that's on fire, you rush, and it's right to rush, to get out of there as quickly as possible, to get to a place of safety. But just walking down the street, or in the park, or down the beach, or wherever you may be, and you're rushing, and there's no need to rush, well, as I say, breaking into that can be really helpful. And asking that question, where's the fire, can be a really good thing to do. Where's the fire? There's no fire. I don't need to rush. I can slow down. I can enjoy what's going on around me. The clouds, the sun, the trees, the people around me. Slowing ourselves down physically can have a really good positive effect on our mood. This is all about trying to find peace, isn't it, in an otherwise challenging world. Jesus spoke a great deal about peace. And on one occasion he spoke to his disciples and he says, I'm going to be going away, but as I'm going away, I leave my peace with you. And he went on to tell us that the peace he was giving us and offering us was unique, different to any kind of peace we can find normally in life. Why was that? Well, the answer is the going away was a reference ultimately to him going to the cross. And the Bible unpacks this for us in the most wonderful ways. But in essence, it tells us that through his death and through his resurrection, he is able to give us not just peace for our bodies or peace for our minds, but more importantly, he can give us peace with God. It's an amazing thing, peace with God. To know that whatever happens in life, wherever you go, however complicated life may be, because Jesus died and rose again, everything is all right between you and God. That is a remarkable peace. And the New Testament tells us that this is a peace that keeps the heart and the mind. And that's a wonderful thing. And it can be yours by trusting in Jesus Christ. Well, whatever you're doing today, if you do take some time out and do a little exercise, don't be afraid to ask that question. Where's the fire? Why the rush? Slow yourself down. Break into that cycle. What's good for your body will be good for your mood. And maybe in those moments, think about the peace that Jesus offers if you would but trust him. God bless you today and keep you safe.